Live. We are live. Just have a look here. It's going through. Okay. We're live here, we're live here. Cool, good morning. Why am I looking that weirdly cropped over there? This... I'm looking hell of a stretched here. Let's try and adjust those nonsense. No, not you. Really? Seriously, what the hell, man? Now it's not even letting me move it. Nope. Seriously. It really doesn't let me select this one. Shouldn't have any filters. You see, that's why it's weirdly stretched. Still looking a little bit stretched, but cool. We are go. Let's pause. Right, good morning. Let's try and make music. I've got very limited gear. I'm not particularly experienced. I don't have a MIDI keyboard. I don't have crazy plugins or things. I literally just have this old guitar. I mean, it looks really cool, but it's not exactly the best kind of guitar. I'm also going to use this for bass. I don't own a bass guitar, so I'm just going to do a pitch shift for the bass line. And okay, well, obviously we've got to start by making some tracks. This is all visible, right? Where do we do that again? It's usually a plus sign, yeah, I'm not seeing it. Anyway. Right, so we want some guitar rhythm. So I don't double track guitars because it's difficult to do that and not sound like complete chaos. So what I usually do is I just copy the exact same track that I recorded to the second one, set them to pan left and right, and then do slightly different effects on the two so it sounds like it's two different guitars a little bit. And then we're going to have some drums. No, wait, this one actually should just be bass for now. And then, well, it's not giving me options actually to change the audio tracks. So this one can go away. Oh, there you go. Instrument. What's your problem? Yeah, something's gone down. Normally I've got a plus sign up here. which I'm not seeing now for some reason. Navigator show high, tempo truck show high, that's the Ranger. See that? Oh, and then tempo. Well, it's a shoegaze song, so it's not going to be particularly fast, so let's go 130. And I need drums though, and now it's not letting me add an instrument. I don't know why it's being funny now. Because you normally go instrument and you choose a drop down, but it's not letting me. Something's bombed out here. Right, I think let's maybe start over, close this thing, it's being full of nonsense. Don't even save, start scratch. Let's try that again. Audible, yeah, audio's coming through. Bro, I double clicked you. It's just one of those days. Okay, let me actually, instead of empty project, just start with like, I feel like 16 tracks too much though. So the whole thing just for vocals is kind of cool. Ah, there's my problem. It needs me to sign in. And that whistling is my kettle, so let me sort that out quick. And close this because it wants me to sign in again. And the phone's probably going to bomb out now. Really? Let's just break everything at the same time. Okay, let's switch that nonsense off, that's deafening. You guys still around? Oh my good lord. It's really, everything is malfunctioning. Let's try this again. Isn't there a cakewalk sign in thingamajig? Yes, no, there is not one yet. I'm seriously having a story now and nothing is working. Let's see if it's going to give me a pop-up like that again. Okay. Well, now I'm seeing all the buttons. Okay, so it was a sign-in issue. Have a look here. Okay, good. Getting weird pop-ups here. Okay. Well, I'm still live. I'm still live. One of those mornings. Okay, so back to what we were trying to do. Set that to 130. I'll change the track names now. Then we add the drums. So I'm using the MT Power drum kit because it's got nice presets. If you're not, like for me, I'm still learning how to program drums. So instead of trying to do all of that from scratch, you can either use the SI drum kit, they have some templates on here, or the MT Power drum kit, which is also a free plugin that you can download to add on here. All of this is free versions. I haven't paid for this, don't have the money for it. So I'm doing this nonsense to try and make the money for it. Okay, cool, so we do that. Now you're supposed to be able to split them, but only for now, I'll leave it like that. And if I figure that out, I can split it. Mainly because with the drums, you need your snares, kick drum, everything separately, so you can mix them separately. Everything I'm doing here is presets and templates. I'm no producer, I'm a musician, I'm a good singer, guitarist, okay guitarist. But when it comes to this stuff, this is very new to me. Right, but anyway, we got our drum kit there and we can click on it. And nothing happens. Okay, there we go. So see, it's a free version, so you have to click the start sound, the start button. Okay, and we have sound. So you can just go to grooves, and what's cool is here you've got your intros, you can decide on intro you want, your different styles and speeds. Okay, so we're fairly slow, so we're going to stick to this area. It's got 4/4 grooves, but it's also got 4/4 shuffles. I almost want to try a shuffle, just an interesting rhythm or tempo. But the idea is then you go into one of these, find like something with a cool intro. That's boring. Interesting, although I like a crescendo. So what's cool is you can actually build up your whole thing. So I can go, okay, cool, that's my intro part. And then you want the song to continue into a heavy, I feel like we need to start off boom chorus immediately. Well, no, let's start with the quiet reverb. Quiet reverb. So we want to go closed hi-hat, maybe 16th. It's actually too fast. Maybe half open. No. It's weird, but we'll try. Let me make my coffee quick. I'll be back. Okay. Alright, let's find the beat. So, at the moment we've got this. That works for me. I'm going to go heavy. So with velocity is basically how hard the guy is hitting it. Essentially, these presets are cool because the velocity alternates. So a real person obviously doesn't hit a snare exactly the same speed and as loud all the time. It differs. So when it comes to programming drums, it's an important thing to make it not sound like a machine doing it. That's what's cool with these presets is they're already kind of set up there. But then when it comes to a choice here that you want, you can literally go soft for something that's a bit more. So it's there, but I can hear he's not hitting it that loud. Normal. See a little bit louder. And then heavy. Sounds like he's really hitting it. Right, I think let's add another one of these. About 4 bars of them. I feel like that's my basic drum. So I'm going to use the drums to program with because the metronome doesn't work for me. I end up not listening to the metronome and I completely just play on my own tempo. So what would be cool is later I got to figure out how to split this into different things for mixing. Okay, so we're gonna have vocals, gonna have bass, and then just say guitar left and guitar right, I guess. So we start off with this nonsense, and now for guitar we need some effects. Okay, you can go away for now. Come back to you later. Okay, but now we've got a fairly decent duration of drums here. Alright. Q. And then, yeah, I'm not going to do any EQs or anything on that. Right, guitar. So we want effects. So I've been playing around with the effects on this thing, on and off. I find the best bets to just make sure you've got a valve screamer first for like the heavier tones. Although, let me actually just put the amp stuff on and then play with the pedals. And see what tones we can get. Because the idea also here is to just play with the stuff. I'd like to just go dual rect channel 2 for the amp. And I like adding a cab. It's probably not needed. I've seen a lot of guys not even use cabs. I add cabs. I don't know, like the impulse response, everything, it sounds a bit more natural to me. To my half-deaf ears. Where's my amps? Guitar, we're looking for multi-cab pro. And then you go to 2x12 standard. I don't know, let's imagine we're a big band with massive amps, we're rich, we're fancy. I've got no idea what any of these mics are, to be honest. I just pick the Austrian, because why not Austrian? Mic placement, you can either have it on axis, which would be dead center in the speaker, off axis, a little bit off the center, or far away. I like going on axis in general, just for full heavy sound. So there you've got a basic guitar tone. So from here we've got to play with pedals now, with effects. So this will just give you a slight, it'll sound like a kind of a grungy, crunchy, clean-ish guitar tone. See how it's sort of processing. I might cause this computer to crash at some point because I'm also live streaming and this isn't exactly a high-end new computer. So I'm pushing this poor little machine. We'll see how far it goes. See, that works as like a verse beat, you know, it's not heavy-ish. Oh, control home, there's something I just learned there, didn't even know about that. Right, so let's grab this guitar of mine and do something with it. I did make sure to tune it beforehand, which kind of thing I probably should have done that before I started tracking songs for myself here. Although the guitars didn't sound too out of tune. But it could also be because I'm not using any other pianos or synth, so if all the instruments are slightly out of tune but together, then it sounds fine. It's kind of when you're playing in a band, it's better to have, if someone's slightly off tune, to have everybody slightly off tune exactly the same way. Like, for example, if you've got a bass player who's exactly in tune, you've got a guitarist who's slightly out of tune, and then a piano player, then you're going to hear it, because then these guys aren't going to match up. Let's try this. I'm running the guitar through the other track. I've got a small interface that actually only has one channel input, so I would have to struggle with earphone cables. I would have to probably mute the mic when I'm tracking, because otherwise we're gonna hear myself on top of the guitar, yeah. Okay, and then arm this guy for recording, and then just put that on. So now it's, the problem with that is now I'm hearing myself through this. But let's just like fiddle around here with some notes. So so we want to do shoegaze, so we're thinking something of like no. Something. Yeah, very basic. Let's go for that. Okay, so let's track the guitar. How do I loop these guys again? So I want it to loop so I can just have a listen. Loop, 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 loop. What's that? Crossfade, triple edit, no. I actually don't know where to do loops on here. Bypass all audio effects. No man, where's my loop? Set loop points. There we go, okay. So, let's try that again. Something like that, cool. So there's a quick loop and then we start. Let me just give me a second. Just a count in. So I'm not throwing in the deep end here. Alright, so... Oh, I'd have to mute the mic. So I'm going to switch this off for a second. Okay, then. All we should hear is this. Cool. Okay, it's because it was set as loop, due to my stupidity, loop on off, there we go. The take is here, but I gotta now unmute it. How do I do that again? Clip, mute, unmute, there we go. Okay, so I should have a guitar. I've got nothing. Okay, that didn't pick it up in the slightest. So that is one of the issues here, is that the guitar is not loud enough. Let me just see here, all the volumes up, yeah. Okay, let's try that again, mute the mic. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I found out that apparently, even though you can hear the guitar kind of, it just disappears in the mix. This second plugin I'm using here on my interface just is not working at all, so I have to use the main channel, to record guitar. So that's not ideal. But okay, we've got a basic riff here. And then just to get back to what I've just did here without any audio, because I couldn't explain anything. So for bass, I literally just play same guitar, What I do is I have the whole guitar set to the neck pickup, this one here, tone knob turned all the way down, and then you just play on just to E string to imitate a bass sound if you don't have a bass guitar. And then I just throw a pitch shifter on it, -12 semitone, so it sounds an octave lower. And I'm just running it through little amp sims, the free ones that are on the app, on the program, and to give it a bass kind of sound. And it works, it does sound bassy. You know, it's not perfect, it's not exact, it's slightly off time here, the first 2 strokes, which is actually bothering me, to be honest. The rest are in time though, so maybe I should just split this guy here. Let's say split right there. Yeah. And then I want to move it up just a tad. Gotta zoom in a lot for that though. Because there you can see it is just not in, and it's annoying the crap out of me. Okay, I need to just, no, what are you doing? No, not you. You. Also not that. You, here. There you go. So it should be better. And that's the first time I actually adjusted guitar and to get it in time. See, this is me learning as well. And then maybe you guys learn some nonsense while I'm learning. Okay, we've got our main guitars. Now I kind of like this little grungy sound, but maybe if we change the amp, just have a look here. I should actually loop this. Let me just solo this guy here. Select it, and let's loop that. Set loop point and go. A little bit of a crunch there. That sounds a little bit better. I kind of like the slightly cleaner one. And that's a distorted sound. That's better. And then let's see what we can do with this. Use your off axis with the mic isn't dead center, it's a little bit to the side of the speaker. Far, the mic's further away. On axis. I feel on axis, but let's check the mics out. A little bit too bassy, some of them. I like that. This is a bit more clear. Let's check out the other one quick. So see, I went with slightly different settings on this one. So it's going to be on the right side now. Now the clean tone sounds better. I like the dual rectifier one, that works the best. Cool, that's a nice clean tone, but we want some effects on this, right? So let's add some guitar. No, that's amps. So there's distortion, for example. There's a lot here, and I don't know what half them sound like. Buzz face, I assume, is like a fuzz distortion. Distortion plus plus. Fuzz screamer, there's your fuzz. Puff by tape simulator. So I used the valve screamer once before in front of the amp. That actually boosted the signal very well, but that's cool for like a hard, heavy kind of sound. Like if I do that now, for example, let's just leave the settings as is. I don't even fiddle with those. So if you have a listen to these two with the valve screamers added, it's loud. No, it's better without. Yeah, it's better without it. That does not work. Okay, delete that one. We should probably add a slight reverb or chorus. Actually, a chorus effect would be really cool. One knobs. Well, no. Oh, modulation. There's your Laura, chorus, tremolo, vocal doubler. Auto filter. Don't know what that does. Wait, what is auto filter? Just curious. And then on the other guitar I'm going to add a chorus. See, this is where automatically the two guitars, even though it's the same one tracked twice, just doubled, you're going to start making them sound more separate from each other. Doing a trick like this. So if you're not a super skilled guitarist and you're not able to play the exact same thing exactly in time again twice, then just do the nonsense I'm doing. Okay, this one I'm just giving chorus. Let's have a look, have a listen at it. There's our clean tone. Done. Okay, what I then would just do is just a dash of reverb on all of these. But what I can maybe do to cheat it is go to the Pro channel settings. Now this seems overwhelming. If you don't know what this is, don't worry about it. I also don't either. I just click on that little drop down and I choose guitar. There you go, added compressor. This is kind of like the post-processing stuff. So normally in a studio you would have this stuff afterwards, processing the channel. Guitar, no, we're looking for amps and mellower, open back cabinet. So maybe the one I do open back like that. Just guitar, electric, clean for tube, that's fine. And over here also electric clean. And then for the other one, most of these are going to be the same. So again, guitar, electric clean, EQ. So instead of open back cabinet emulator, we can either go tamer or mellower. Let's go for mellower. So I'm supposed to be listing what this does while I'm clicking it, to be honest. Clean. I think this one clean lead. Just clean lead. And then this one just wavy. Clean. So is this one? Make sure the console for this one is clean S type. Okay, so if we listen to it now. that sounds very cool. Very, very, very cool. Alright, this guy needs a bit of a reverb though. All of them actually need reverb, but let's just set up the compressor stuff here for the bass. So you're just going to choose bass. There's literally just one. It's fine. EQ, there might be... So there's a lot of options here actually. Mix, low cut, low shelf, tilt shift, bass boost, you know, a lot of stuff here. But again, and telephone obviously is going to have that, like, sounds like it's coming through a telephone. So we're just going to keep it simple, look for bass, tight low end boost. Let's go for bass, round and smooth. Because the bass is just there to fill it in. Like this isn't like your metalcore where you can hear that bass, you know, or your corn. It's just a little background, smooth, soft thing. Let's go for bass 2 with the tube side, and console is again probably it's going to be a regular bass, fat S type. That's all that is there. Right, then we're also looking for a reverb. What is Vibe 2? Just want to see what do you do? In fact, let's just no idea. Let's try something out. Just take you guys away and just have a listen here to what a Vibe 2 is. I would actually say the bass is a little bit too much. But cool, let's find some filter modifier. So I don't know what that is. Let's just play with effects, man. See what are you? Sweep, low resonant, fast subsonic chirps, resonant, wild, little engine. Okay, this is obviously going to create some effects. Just have a listen. That does nothing. Whatever that is, not interested. Not dynamics. Delay, no, not a delay, tempo delay, filter delay. It's a little bit of a spatial planner. There you go, no? Reverb, there you go. Room Shinner, Spacemaker, Univerb, Vocal Verb, oh my good lord. Spring Reverb. Is there something here? American or UK? Okay. Wasn't aware there's different types of reverbs. Yeah, that works. Cool. I would literally use the exact same thing. Can I control and copy this? No. Honestly, I would use the exact same thing on the guitars as well. The nice thing is it goes through the last thing you chose. American's fine, and then this guy, he's because he also uses a British thing. He's going to use the British reverb. We have a British guitarist in the band, and he's like England, everything. So he'll also be proud of anything British. Cool, so with that in mind, I should then have a little bit of a... So that's a very nice full sound. I don't have layers of synth and all this other nonsense. Most people with modern production will tell you have to do that. You don't, guys. Look how full this sounds, and that's all I did. Just 2 guitar tracks, bass. That's it. And it sounds lovely. It's a nice full sound. Now we're going to play in the chorusy part. So for chorus, I want to use exactly the same effects. Okay, I just got to rename these. These are clean guitars. So I'm going to use most of the same effects, but now we're going to need like a fuzz pedal distortion thing, and then being shoegaze, we're obviously just going to ring it. So again, you guys probably... I don't even know if this audio is going through. That's the thing. It doesn't look like it is. But we need the drums for it, but then just click over here and then just... Okay, so we have... Goes back to a non-bass sound. I've fallen under, and I saw the way I've fallen away, fallen into another sound and dawn. Yeah, you should actually play in key, dumbass. Fallen in a song around 80 for a while, and I know it's and I know. And then maybe we can have a ringy part. I don't know, that's something. But cool. From here though, we gotta kick into the heavy part. So maybe I do that breakdowny thing now. Like, maybe. I've got no idea if the guitar even goes through because it doesn't seem to record here. But anywho, so to cheat it, I'm gonna just duplicate both of these. No, you only do one. Okay. Duplicate track. Keep all the properties, but I don't want the recordings. So this, and then this one as well. Okay, you can move on down to this one. Oh, there. Cool, there's my distorted guitar. So same effect, except I'm going to switch off the phaser there and the chorus on this one. And then we need to do some more drums here. Okay, so this is the main verse part of it. What's also really cool about this is any type of groove you choose. Like if you're like, oh, this is the one I kind of like, there's a fill on the right side as well that does an intro to that. So you can, so I might like this. Like I want to use that beat, but then I want to end it or get an intro for that, then I could go. 16th close. It kind of works. Maybe. I feel like I'm overthinking the guitar parts a little bit too much. I keep them more simple, maybe. That's it. But this groove is really cool. So it's going to be one bar and then switch into the heavier part. Okay, but then while we're here, right, so that's just a quick little, and then from there we're going to do the something in that line. Shush. Okay, now we want the proper, we going. No more grooves, no more ghosts. I like that beat, I just don't like how much they're hitting the China. But you can always edit this as well. So maybe Crash Ride. Kind of works. Or maybe the China. Wait. I think let's do 4 bars of that, and then we want but also I want to switch, so the last section needs to be, can you shorten this? You can't. It sounds like he's trying to catch himself. So almost like you're falling, but you're catching yourself. I like that. Cool, so there's more drums. So now we take all of this. So this is what makes this thing really cool. And this is free. Like, you guys can go donate if you want to, but no, don't make a new instrument, you dumbass. Just go over there. Nobody asked you, go away. But this is really cool. Like, if you can't sit and struggle with, because I am genuinely overwhelmed with drum programming. Like, you can though go and edit here, step sequencer. I'll just delete that. But the problem is you don't see it says snare here, and I don't see options for velocity, which is supposed to be down here, but I'm not seeing it. So it's a little bit overwhelming if you don't know what to doing. Let's close that. No, what on earth is happening here? Don't need all this master what's. Okay, so let's have a look. Listen here. So see, the guitar's gonna have to change because that is too early. That came in too early. Let's just have a look. Oh, I've got to switch off the loop parts. Now it sounds weird. Let's see here. Oh no, that seems fine. Cool. Now we need to find the guitar part. Do some effects here. Let's just make sure to arm the right one. Distortion on the left is fine. Let's go with that. Hearing dogs doing stuff. I was wondering, are they still alive? Sorry, I'll do that. Amazing. So then I'm going to just solder this part and just play this. Groove off. Felt weird, right? And it really actually felt weird. That's why that felt weird. Try again. And then it randomly decides it doesn't want to play anything. See that part? See, it seems like a cool beat, but now I'm trying and it doesn't seem to be working well. Okay. so this part I'm gonna just loop. If that's looping, it should. That works. Let's go for a basic just. Okay, but I need to go a bit further back. On this, this is armed, cool, spring grip, everything there is fine. Okay, but then I need to switch these things again because it, well, let's just try, maybe something bombed out on it. Maybe it wasn't plugged in deep enough. Let's see, mic all the way down. Let's see if this works. Okay, so it does not record at all through that, which is very weird. So I've even done a test with an acoustic where it actually did work. So it's more like a monitoring thing, but it should be an input channel. This is a proper input. It's supposed to be seeing the things, and it's set to full. But there's no preamp on this input, so it should be softer. Nope. Okay, which means I'm gonna have to switch the mics off again. Annoying. Let me track these guitars quick. Okay, we back. Are we? Is it on?
Yes, it is.
I was just trying to see the phantom power settings, if that does anything to the guitar, makes no difference. Let me park this guy here. One day when I'm grown up, I'll have a guitar stand and an interface that I can plug multiple instruments into. But only one day if I'm grown up. Ooh, still have coffee. Okay, essentially was just faffing around with guitar things here. Riffs, I'm not sure if they work or don't work, but the idea now is to just see. In fact, for now, let's ignore the drums actually. Solo this guy. So now we want to just try out different distortions here. Where are my distortions? Can I put them all on? Like this. And then just break the whole thing. That would actually be a fun way just to check them all out quickly. I've heard House of Metal, it's okay. Yeah, literally, I'm just going to do this. It's probably going to crash the system, let's see. Okay, didn't crash it. And I went from there to House of Metal and Mouse Pro. Okay, skip the multi-amp, then Puff Pie. Toasty vocal enhancer I can skip. Okay, if I play this back, it's just going to be pure noise with everything on. I'm surprised you can actually even still hear something there. This takes me back to my childhood when I got a multi-effects pedal and a couple of pedals and just switch on all of them at the same time. I ended up just making weird whale sounds with like a delay effect. It was really cool though actually. Still want to use that effect. Let's have a look here quick. Nobody loves me. Things will go away. All of 1 viewers on here and on YouTube. It's just being funny. Saint. Really? Where are we at? Okay, apparently we're fine. Now why Google's giving me nonsense. Let's see here. Why does this seem a little bit skewed? There we go, no wonder. And that there you go. Much better. Okay, let me run to the loop quick and then we'll start playing with the different distortion pedals and see which ones do what here. Are you guys still alright? 2 dogs behind there and a cat over here. I've got another cat who I haven't seen since last night. He might show up at some point. You guys gonna go out? Okay. You're welcome to chill, but okay, bye. Don't want to be announced. Your food. these effects here. You still here, no, man? She's chilling. Okay, let's start by expanding the crap out of this so I can see everything. Where's the rest? Oh, okay, no wonder. It actually only pulled through that one and the last one. Okay, never mind. Let's do this. Because the idea is I want to switch them all off and then go through them one by one. Ooh, I think let's do that now actually. It's already getting rough. Buzz face. Delta driver. Because ultimately I want to find a distortion sound on here that I really like, that I can use going forward for other stuff. But I've got no idea what any of this does. Because nowadays guys have the weirdest names for things, you know. It used to literally just say drive or overdrive. And you're like, cool, that does an overdrive sound. Now it's delta driver, buzz face, puff pie, screamer. Tube screamer doesn't do what you think it does. It just boosts it. That's it. It just boosts the sound of it. Which is why when you want a loud sound, you get a tube screamer and you run it before your amp. That's all you have to do. Like exciter, HF exciter. No idea. House of Metal. Why do I see two exciters here? Is there another one called exciter? Mouse Pro. See, like Mouse Pro. What the hell is a Mouse Pro? Well, that instantly sounded like a distortion going on there. I think I got puff bar here in the bottom, didn't I? Oh, it's up there. Okay, I can skip puff bar and go to tape simulator, toasty, and valve screamer. Especially under distortion, like tape simulator. One valve screamer. Right, so the plan is we're going to just run through the guitars. Switch off. Okay, they're all off. We're just running the cabinet stuff. And then let's check which one sounds the coolest. That's on solo, right. Why is it getting that? Good lord, that's a feedback. Let me just put this through the center so we're not hearing it just through the left. Why is this? I don't know, but let's keep listening. does nothing. So that one's not even a distortion. You see my frustration. That's just weird noises. It's literally just, oh, it kind of falls under distortion because it's distorting the signal. But that just sounds like cheap toys, I guess. It's like what it's trying to imitate. See, not a practical effect. When I see pedals like that, I'm like, cool. It's maybe fun to faff around with for like a day, and then what? You're not going to use it going forward. Bitband is probably going to be something weird like that too. Let's have a look. Okay, all of these weird alien toy what sounds, yeah, not interested in them at all. I'm looking for an actual practical sound I can use on a guitar. That's cool, but it's more just a booster. It's not really a drive. Buzz phase. I've got hope for this one. So fuzz distortion. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on, come on, come on. Are you the one I'm looking for? It's also very basic overdrive. It's okay, but it's not what I'm looking for. Puff pie. That's cool, but it's a little bit too tinny. But we now are getting in the right distortion, right area. Distortion plus plus. Not much in the way of settings. I think what annoys me is the distortion sound I'm hearing every time sounds the same. Like, there's not much difference between these things. It's got a distortion, but nothing interesting. I've got hopes for fuzz screamer. It's got an overdrive or fuzz setting. Let's have a look here. Are you the one I'm looking for? That sound. I might keep that one for now. Let's just see this one. It's got a cool little clicky button thingamajiggy. It looks like something. Let's have a look. Oh, it's just like a guitar EQ thing. Okay, cool. But see, not distortion though. it's literally just that little hissy sound I'm hearing, does nothing. Some pro mixer might tell me, no, but you can do just to adjust the frequency to make your guitar sound a bit more like this and mix, maybe. But for me, just as a basic tool, no. Mouse Pro, what are you? Distortion. Cool, but no, so far the Fuzz Screamer with the overdrive setting has been the only one I like the sound of. House of Metal. So see, this I won't use in this part, but I gotta remember the tape simulator because it could also work very nicely. In fact, I would even actually go so far as to put it on there. On this one already. I can mess with that later. Toasty, what are you doing? Absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's just a signal boost. What's the phase here? Oh. I think that works for me. Anyway, and let's just get back here. I want to just quickly hear what this sounds like with this tape thing I added here. But I'm not really hearing it. Okay, so we're gonna find a screamer here. Classic phaser here can be removed. And still just basic reverb on it. Come here, Fuzz Screamer on this one as well. Wait, what was that? To retrack the guitar there. Which means I've got to switch the stuff around again. It's a lot more complicated than I thought it would be initially. Expected it to be a little bit more simple. Okay, let me retrack this guitar part quick, now that I've got the settings I'm looking for. So there's Toasty under one knob, because that's where it falls under actually. Don't need a surround thingamajig, feedback killer, gain, reverse, stereoize, restoration, pitch shift. Yeah, it's kind of the main things. These are under the other sections though, so cool. Let's swap the guitars around quick. Again, the cables, and then just retrack that part with these drums, double it up, and track the bass, and then quickly do some vocals on it. And then I think we'll call it a day briefly at that section. Let's go a bit further back. And I'm going to swap this around now. Early Deftones. Well, it's kind of the shoegazy thing, it's what I'm doing. It's which is pretty much like Deftones. Although I think early Deftones was a little bit more tapey and noisy. I need a really cheap mic and a tape player to record the vocals on for that. We can go for the Deftonesy style. But let's see here. Right, I'm going to swap this around and just retrack that guitar part. Okay, we back. It's your mother. Japanese band. Theatrical Japanese horror band fuses multiple. I know Japanese bands love mixing genres. Like I remember listening to Maximum the Hormone back in the day. That's the first time I heard a band that would switch from like crazy heavy to happy clappy pop punk. Way before a lot of bands do it now, but that was the first time I heard it. It was also very entertaining to play their music videos for guys who are properly stoned because they get confused and they sit there and be like, wait, is this the same song? You know, because it would go from like happy clappy na 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 to whoa, like in the same song. It's very funny. But yeah, I'm quite a big fan of like Baby Metal and Crystal Lake. I love Crystal Lake, but the older stuff. Crystal Lake especially because it made me feel like I was in college or high school again listening to metalcore bands. This like took me back to a time. I probably messed the bass up 6 love. So I just recorded bass on this guitar because I don't have a bass. So essentially you use a pitch shifter and then we just cheat it. And now I need to just make sure I don't crop out the original bass parts here. Let's do that. Bring it up here. Do I have an auto crossfade thing? So maybe just do that because otherwise it's going to hard cut it. There we go. And that can go. No, I did not want to select everything. You can just show. Okay, yeah, so I already use you cheater. When you broke as fuck, dude, you gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, simple trick, just set your guitar to this pickup, play on one string only, set your tone knob all the way down and chuck a pitch shifter on there. And then you've got something that's kind of close to a bass. Let's park you down there. Well, it's only getting hard now. And I specifically use that because I suck at programming stuff. And bass, like the drums are also presets. I'm not doing everything here from scratch myself outside of the guitar, and I'll try and chuck some vocals in there just now. I just want to make sure the music kind of makes sense. Hey, look at that, that bass guitar is nicely lined up. I'm getting better at this. About a week or two ago I had to keep retracking stuff because I couldn't keep it in time. And also no, I don't know Kokeshi, maybe I do, I might have heard it. Also realized like I have worked with the co-workers who often goes on about shoegaze, how much he likes shoegaze, but then I realized you kind of get 2 main styles of shoegaze. The one type I love, which is like all Deftones, it's very NuMetal, metalcore-ish kind of inspired. heavy distorted guitars, and then you get this like indie-ish shoegaze style, which is to me just it's boring. But I do enjoy that style though. I always like to imagine the kind of music you'd be chilling on the hood of your car, having a cigarette, looking at the stars. Alright, let's have a listen here at the nonsense I've done. Probably horrible, but let's have a quick listen. Really like the guitar tone. Well, there's a whole gap there. I do like this weird fuzz noise you're hearing though. Actually, that is very cool. That actually gives it a little bit of a feeling of a rise, but all of this is pretty much coming in way too late. This is just that, so it kind of fades in. Just on that one. That there was not a bass guitar, but it sounds like one. Are you saying the shoegaze thing was before Deftones? Okay, cool. But yeah, it's that Deftone style that I like. So the only problem I have here is there's a very weird gap. I can always cover it with vocals, let's see. I can always cover that up with vocals or something, instead of retracking all of that. So I'm too lazy to retrack. And the black metal people, yeah, I'm not a fan of black metal, but just the Satan! I'm not, I got screwed. But yeah, black metal gets boring to me. I like your, even deathcore, not really a fan. Slaughter to Prevail is the only deathcore I like, but because they like all the same bands as I do, so there's a lot of NuMetal influences in their stuff. And that's all the interesting thing I realized. Any bands that are outside of my usual genres that I tend to like, and then I find out they listen to exactly the same bands that I do. I'm like, oh, that's why I like it. Let's see if we can figure out some sing-a-ling-lings here. Don't need you soon, I need you till the dawn make and it's all through waiting. Let the sun attend on your way. Fun it something like that, I guess. I like the let's pull it out. Don't say it through another way, another day. Time you need is so no way. Bullets and it to know you na 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 na. That works. If the note up. Yeah, I'm more of a new metal, modern metalcore, some prog stuff. I'm not really a prog guy, but then I realized there are quite a few bands that are kind of proggy that I'm into. But like, I've never been an Opeth fan or a Dream Theater fan. Nothing against them. The music just kind of just falls flat. I'm a very melodic guy. I like a good melody. Let's see, this kind of works. Let me just try and make up some nonsense. Don't pay attention to the words. I'm just mumbling. Try that. And now we need the soul another way, another time in need. Finding all the soul in the only way. Now I do it better now, and now you know the sound of weed. Mind involved breathe. No one asked you to sing. Do I look like your doorman? I swear the cat just said yes. Okay. You just said hi to chat. There you go. Bye bye. Let's try that. That was horrible, I know, a little bit off key in places, I'm sure. But let's try and make this work. Okay, we went Vox. Again, when it comes to EQ, the thing is, I'm horrible at EQ. I know what EQ does, I know the frequencies are, I just don't know why. Like, why would you EQ vocals like this and drums like that, and the guitar, that part I don't get. So here's me being a lazy bum, and again, this is a free preset, it comes on the free software, why not? So let's find not backing works, silky smash, let's see if we can find something here that might work, not chopper. Lead vocal over easy. Give it a doubler there, so we want that spread effect, but not too much, so just take it a little bit down there. Give it a delay and sync it to the whatchamacall. Put the time down there. And then just throw some compression and what's on here. The vocals. Lead smooth, EQ. Smooth and warm, because we're going to go for that shoegazy kind of sound, right? Vocal smooth on tube, and then vocals lead smooth over here. And let's have a listen. The one thing I'm still struggling to work out here properly is to not clip, because I realized a few times I get loud, I belt when I sing high, so you can actually see it there. Look at that. This is also why you reduce compression for voice. You see, like, that's all soft, and I was even very close to the mic, and there it suddenly goes. And the thing is, what you don't want to see is that, like, there's clipping right there. It's just giving a straight line, not good. We want to see dimensions on it. So that's the one thing I'm still figuring out here, is to not clip the audio. It's just a newish mic. Well, newish, I bought it second hand. It's the first time I'm using it. First time, 3 weeks later. vocals are disappearing in the mix. We need to fix that. Try a basic studio reverb. Let's see how this sounds. Just need a little bit of a reverb on there. You can hear the cat there, that's funny. You can hear it's clapping. So let's hear the difference between the spring and the studio. Something like that. One problem is this guitar is kind of killing the mix, so maybe these I need to just drop the volume on them a little bit, just a dash. I think let's go for minus 2.9 on them both. So listen to that. Isolate and boost that meow. You can hear the background there because that's hilarious. Just right there. Woo! Ken is like, bro, I want out. Enough with your noises. Okay. So the main issue at the moment is this drums gets crazy loud. Okay, so this is the difficult part. This is the part I'm still figuring out. We need to split these drums up to mix them. How? One by one? There's some automation what's on here. What is this? Hey, is there an auto tune setting? Let's see, maybe I can prefix my... Nah, it doesn't have the option here. Just input and then a master. So the only thing you can automate is MIDI, okay. Not that I use auto-tune at all. I feel like stuff needs to sound a bit more natural, man. Like when you can hit a note and you can kind of hold it for the most part. It's okay if there's a little bit of a flat something. It gives it character. So if I do this, nothing happens. Now this is the input. First thing needs to reverse now. Say master. Because we need to mix this now. And this is the part that I'm a little bit stuck on this. Well, this thing's got like a pre-mixer thing here with your compression and stuff, but I still need to split this and just adjust them. Because the problem now is it sounds cool. Now what do? Oh, it's on solo there. No, a little bit of an echo is good. The drums start doing this, the crash right there, that's killing the mix. So I need to separate that. MIDI notes, to select the clip, click the make the time selection, lasso, move a clip, split a clip, stretch a clip, crop a clip, move data and clip edge, move data without mute, unmute, raise lower, rename, properties. So that's giving me a lot of tools here. Let's have a read here. Edit MIDI data, no, it's piano roll. Do audition. The hell's audition? I don't know, let's find out. Oh, it just, okay, cool. That's a cool function. I should have learned that earlier. Just shift space and you loop one section. Gotta remember that. Scrub a single track, scrub all visible tracks. Nope, it's still not giving me. Because the thing is, everyone says use NT power drums and you should be able to create. Oh wait, wait. The other trick is create a new track. Let's see if this can work. Can I cheat it like this? New track, NT power drum. But then we go here and we say split instrument track, all stereo. Okay, now you've got this nonsense. So I should be able to copy that drum beat down here and it should give it a separate one because it's the same software that I'm using. See if this cheat works. Oh, do that, no, highlight all of it and then we control. Right there. But it's still not splitting it. Really, I don't know what the hell I'm doing now. Really, I don't know what the hell I'm doing now. Because I need to split these drums up so I can mix them separately. It's one of the main issues I'm having. The struggle I'm having at this point with this software is figuring out the mixing side of things. Because essentially I should be able to just filter them out. But like I said, the issue is the presets here, by the way, no. Let me check here in here with Google for a brief second. route the individual drum sounds from the plugin mixer, internal mixer, to separate audio tracks in your DAW. Okay, so then essentially I should be able to do that. This is here, and then I can click on put 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this should work, 7, 8, it only goes to 8. Set up all audio outputs stereo. Route the outputs. On the interface, click on mixer. At the bottom, you'll see drop down menu. Assign each piece to separate stereo. Find the audio tracks generated by the plugin. And make sure the outputs, check here, all audio outputs. Also, the toms can actually be in the same output. 7 for that one. 7 for that one. And then let's go for 5 with the bells. Right. Then 8 for the crash and the China, because they sound close to each other. Cool, based on that, I need to now be able to mix them somewhere. Say insert, no, not track. Here, input Omni. So I'm not getting separate tracks, this is the problem. Because essentially, I want to be able to come here and make sure to add, see, drums, overhead, snare, kick, warm drums bass, you know. So because you can actually adjust the separate parts, your hi-hats, your kicks, your percussions. Let's try that, crisper drums. Bass warm, drums warm. So we'll listen there. Why has this gone quiet now? Oh, because it said to output in some weird direction. Let's try again. But for some reason you're not playing now. For some reason this bloody thing's just not doing anything. Why are you quiet? Check if I do any instrument. Master. I bet you if I move this there, it's gonna play something. That's why it's not playing. Put in the same freaking setup the whole time, dude. What's your problem? Okay, no idea what the problem was, but anyway, let's just move the drums here, I guess. And then just have a look here at what I maybe have adjusted. There's the problem. Mute. another trick, because the vocals disappears in the mix, we're gonna make the whole song go boom. We can double this nonsense up. So we do this. Duplicate. We split this guy here. That part can go. And the preset on this one, we're going do that, leave the reverb there, and then in this one we adjust the compression and stuff a little bit, make it slightly different, pull it back up, and you can smooth and warm this one. I believe this one was set as smooth and warm. Make this one warm lead, this one smooth and warm. Okay, and then in the tube we go, that's vocal smooth, vocal smooth over there. We want vocals lead smooth here. See if that works. Doubling it up already, now the vocals aren't disappearing in the mix anymore, so that seems to work. Again, not an engineer, not a producer, just a dude who can sing and play guitar. And then this part we really have to boost because we need to hear the cat. This is of the utmost importance. This is the best part of the song. Where we at? Split. I can just do this, yeah. Click there, push it up. This is super important. That you can't not have the cat noise in your song. It's extremely important to put that in. So listen here. Yeah, the cat noise very soft. Anywho, that's a thingy. I did a thingy. Was it a good thingy? I don't know. It's okay. It's faffing around. But we learned some stuff, right? We learned what effects work, what a little bit of reverb makes a difference. Still haven't gotten the hang of like mixing these drums. Still struggling with that part. So I feel like this is the part we need to figure out. Because this splits it all. Essentially, if I do this, I go to mixer, and these all set as output 1. So what I should do then is, okay, kick should be 1, snare should be 2, side stick is also 2, hi-hat 3, hi-hat open, also 3. Tom should be on 4. Put all the toms on 4. And then rides, we want that as a 5. Your ride and bells, similar sounding, so I'm putting them on 5. Crash is 6, and then China 6. Crash in China, oh, China's a little bit different actually, that should be like 7. And if I do that, then where do I adjust these things? Because I told it here, but now I need to find these other channels. Let's take lanes, channel automation, where do I do the things? There isn't an extra, no. Because I should see extra channels now somewhere, according to Google. But there's nothing coming in. So it says assign that, go back to your track view and find the audio tracks generated, but I'm not seeing that. So I've done this, like you open the mixer on this guy, and I've set different outputs here. I decided to stop working again. Okay, that's weird. Do I only have kick now? Okay, so it's routed that to output 1. But then what happens to the rest? See, this one doesn't have an output 1. Let me just do a test here and make the snare output 1. Then I should hear snare. Okay, so output 1 means it gives you this main track, but it doesn't give you duplicate tracks, which is bloody annoying actually. So I can always just choose the snare one then, and then make sure all of this is set to snare, drum, snare. Snare more snap, I guess, I don't know. Oh, that's been chosen. Wait. Yeah, I keep clicking the same bloody thing. Snare, okay, go down, tube. Just got drum bus in general there. Drum bus there. So with that logic, then I click on this guy, I'm going to go to his settings. And I'll make sure to go drums, kick. Not crispy drums, just drums. See, it's got a setting for drum bus, so what I need to have is all the drum stuff separately and then have them as a bus and run it through here. But anyway, let's go kick deeper, kick ball, kick and sizzle, kick punch and click. Just kick 2, I guess. That's just general drums there, and this one is general drums. So essentially I'll show you both now. Okay, so what we do now is we duplicate this, include everything. Okay, right, and then we go here, do that, and we go mixer, and now I've already done snare and this, whatever, just make that 3. So now we want side stick. I should put this on the other one. Hi-hat closed and hi-hat open. So we're focusing on the hi-hats here. Yep. So then essentially we should hear. Okay, we're getting there, I'm figuring out how to mix this nonsense. So this guy will choose, and we go right up here to this section and choose nothing, because there's nothing here for hi-hats. Well, drums overhead actually, that's what you would choose. And EQ, not snare, drums hi-hat, and tube, just drums warm, also drums warm. So, okay, then we duplicate the whole damn thing again, include all the nonsense here. Go new track, then we go on this one settings, it's going to ask us again, go, and then we want to switch toms to the output 1, output 1, output 1, output 1, it can just be 2, doesn't matter. So we've got all our toms. We go in the settings, oh, I'm figuring it out, we're getting there. It's taking too damn long though. So we don't want overhead now. Actually, we do want overhead actually. EQ, kick, percussion. Yeah, we want percussion enhancer. For that 1, 2, just drums warm. Drums warm. So we should hear the toms. Cool. Same thing again. Duplicate track. Include the events. Go here, click it, click this. So now we want to switch ride and bell to output 1. This is the drums overhead. Hi-hat, percussion, tambourine, yeah, that's kind of the main thing. So just go drums overhead with the EQ. Drum bass warm with the tube. And this one should also just be drums warm. Okay, so we should hear the rest. And then we do it again. Events. Click on this. Click on start. Right, then we want these to be output 1. Output 1. Output 1. Make this 2. It's fine. 2. I'm just put the China in here instead of we want to do a gazillion different things. So you don't get EQ settings for the China specifically. But there we go, drums overhead, EQ, whisper drums, I guess, 2 drum bass wall, drum wall. So we should have everything now. No, something's wrong here with this one settings. Oh, my head. We drop the volume on that just a little bit because it's killing the rest of the mix. And then essentially, with that in mind, that actually sounded sick. Obviously, I mean, there's some mixing fine tuning, there's a little bit of timing issue, just this one gap is the only real annoyance I have. Like this comes in too late, and I tried to cover it in the vocals. Nothing. It's like nothing like. Sounds like a band live when like the drummer started going into the chorus and the vocalist did, but their guitars were all like, oh shit, oh, stop playing. Mix natural, guys. It's more natural that way, okay? It's on purpose. Promise. It wasn't a mistake at all. Well, that's kind of sweet. It works. Cool. I'm going to switch over now and let's see what's happening here. Any massages? No, not really. Not really. I'm getting spams here. Yeah, maybe. Cool, so I'm gonna log off for a little bit, guys. I'll log back in just now. I'm gonna eat and sort some things out. And hopefully you were entertained or laughed at my nonsense, or maybe you learned something along with me. Check you guys on the flip side. Whole bunch of missed calls. Nou is ek bang dat my nou skielik draai. Ek beloof jy, as jy kry dat mense wat moet bel. Want wat hulle nou doen is nou bel hulle. Jy skuld, dan sê ek soos, het julle sien julle het my gebel? Ja. Beloof dit is daai een van my gedrag spam. That's a spam call. This here is the bank. Hulle gaan my nou elke dag bel om te vra vir daai geld vir die creditcard wat hulle my nie gefokken. Yep, dis hy. Same guys, met bel. En dan gaan hulle bel, dan gaan hulle toch en elke keer gaan we precies hetzelfde en sê, ek was geretrange, ek het 'n klein ingesit, gaan praat met insurance. Ek gaan weer insurance bel, voor my pas ingestel. Dat was ek sê, voor iets. Die reed nie vol out. Die refund, is op 7 uur, die refund al. Daai refund. Wat sê so die refund? Wat sê van die refund was in 'n proses. En
We've gotten to a point where the invocation of racism is so powerful that it can cause the cops to ignore the fact that a young man is saying, hey, I can't breathe, and I was just stabbed.
Why did Faraj do what he did in each incident? It depends on the skin color of the victim and the skin color of the
identity
killer.
Politics. Bring it down
Period.
straight to identity politics, as usual. That's all you do.
This was completely cold and calculated. It was Hitlerian.
He never called for violence. He never called for people to take to the street.
J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States, who said he should be alive.
Say it's actually white guilt.
The shocking The murder of Henry Novak has sparked an overdue debate across the Western world about two-tier policing. Many believe, as I do, that post-BLM hysteria led to a climate of reverse racism, an overcorrection in which racism was to be assumed until proven otherwise. As a sideline to the truly harrowing details of the Novak case, the UK in particular is now experiencing an outbreak of two-tier virtue signalling. Politicians here had no hesitation about taking a knee for George Floyd, for example. Many are resharing this image of the now Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, taking a knee while socially distanced from his then deputy. David Lammy, the UK's Deputy Prime Minister, was a big supporter of the black...
But the problem is, they did that for an American citizen. Something like that happened in their own country, they're quiet. And this
Lives Matter movement condemned those refusing to take a knee as disrespectful. Now's a different view.
Some commentators are suggesting this is a take the knee for Henry Novak moment. Would you take the knee for Mr. Novak?
Well, I think to honour what that
Was
family...
it yes or no, Mr. Lammy? Would you take the knee for Henry Novak?
I think no, because, look, I don't think that the family are asking for symbolism. They're asking for genuine common sense policing, and for them, they want to see a reduction in knife crime, and of course they're concerned about some of the policing that they saw
So
on
you
this
agree,
occasion.
taking the knee is mere symbolism, isn't it, really? It was a bit of a charade at times.
That was a moment back then when we were still in the pandemic. This is today.
It's difficult to overstate the extent to which BLM, an initially justified outpouring of collective fury, became a weird craze. Across the world, major companies changed their logos around billboards or TV campaigns about their anti-racist credentials. A spate of official reports condemned as racist everything from English cricket to the British countryside. Premier League footballers began taking a knee before every single game and continued to do so for several years. Official police guidance, as we now know, was updated to eradicate colourblind policing and actively pursue a so-called equity of outcomes. Well, to begin with, like many people, I was in lockstep with the sentiments of BLM. But despite that, I never personally took a knee, nor did I participate in the Black Square event on social media. I don't believe in performative virtue or in corralling people into social statements by force. As I said last week, if you reject identity politics and sincerely believe in the ideal of a colourblind society, then you shouldn't now be repeating the same mistakes. The difference, though, is that so many of our politicians and celebrities clearly do believe in performative virtue, as long as it's their version of it. And not for the first time, they've been exposed as a bunch of raging hypocrites. Well, joining me in the studio is Leda Cunningham, Reform UK's candidate for London Mayor, and political columnist Ashok Kumar. Joe Walsh, the former Republican presidential candidate and host of The Social Contract, and the political commentator Kaizen Asedu. Well, welcome to all of you. Welcome back to you, Kaizen. I haven't seen you for a long time, so great to have you back, as well as the others. OK, let's get into this. Ashok Kumar, my problem with all this, in terms of the reaction, is precisely what Nick Ferrari exposed there with David Lammy, the UK's Deputy Prime Minister, because he didn't have a good answer for why he wouldn't take the knee for Henry Novak. The stories are very similar. They're different, but they're very similar, actually. They're about police misconduct when somebody is dying, where if they'd taken more care and consideration, then perhaps the person may have lived. The fact that Lammy couldn't answer that, to me, is just blatant hypocrisy. It's just, he can't explain why something happens in America and he's falling to the knee as a symbol of his virtue, but when it happens on his doorstep in the UK, he can't do it. Can you make sense of it?
Well, yeah, no, I agree with you. In large part, I think the knee taking was completely performative. It was superficial. There were genuine concerns about police misconduct. It is a fact that in this country, and you can go on the Home Office website just today and see that if you're a black man, you're 3.5 times more likely to be stopped and searched than someone who's white. You are twice as likely to be arrested, and you're 7 times as likely to be killed, restrained to death through positional asphyxiation by the police. Those are real issues. The whole performant black square and the taking the knee, and that's correct. That's identity politics. We shouldn't make this about identity politics. We should make it about police accountability. Just like the Sarah Everard case, you know, where Wayne Couzens, a police officer who was called the rapist for years by the police force, was allowed to do that, well, did this, and then, you know, there was genuine concerns about how do we hold the police accountable? Not through identity politics, not through various different tokenistic measures, but genuine accountability. And that's what we need to do here. You need to say, how do we hold these police accountable? How do we actually have accountability boards? How do we charge police the same ways that we charge everyone else? They're not exceptional, rather than make this a race issue, which it certainly is not.
OK. I mean, we don't actually know that. I mean, I hear what you say. We don't actually know it wasn't a race issue, because we don't really know what was exchanged between the two of them leading up to what happened. So we don't actually know for a fact what went down, which caused this situation to happen. So I think it's